There were 30 days before my first GCSE exam. I looked at my friend and I asked him, "Do you think I'm finished?" And then he was like,
You're calm. If you start revising today, I'm sure you'll get decent grades.
and then I kept on procrastinating to the point where there were only 2 days before the exam. I asked him the same question and he said,
"You're finished."
and then instantly I tried to work out the best method to cram and to get good grades. Here are my credentials. I'm definitely proud with my grades compared to the effort I put into them, and I'm going to teach you guys the method that I did to get 12 8s and 9s at GCSE. Step 1. I want you to get a piece of paper, search on Google whatever past paper you're doing, the year 2018, and then just do that whole past paper. The next step is to get your green pen. You need a green pen, and then I want you to mark your work. But don't tick it, don't tick anything, because you don't deserve getting anything correct. I just want you to write down all of the incorrect things you got. Write down your crosses, because ticks don't matter. They don't help you at the end of the day. Just ignore whatever thing you got right. Also, if you get a question right but you missed out certain points, or you didn't include things because it's only a 3 marker, still write them as corrections on that piece of paper. And once you've done that, I want you to open your phone, go onto your notes app, make a table. The table I did was to split into 3 columns: the paper, the topics I struggled with, and all the marks I did not mention. Now I'd want you to write paper 2018, the topics you struggled with, and every single mark that you either got wrong or did not mention. And the next step, which is very tedious, is to repeat this for paper 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. If you guys feel like you won't be able to do that, go onto the tips section of this video, which is towards the end. Once you've done that, I want you to just reread those notes. Go onto your notes app and reread that in those notes when you're going to sleep, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're on the train, when you're in the car, when you're having breakfast. You need to reread all the marks you got wrong and did not mention. After that, once it's the day before your exam, I want you to get another piece of paper, and this time I want you to just write down every single mark from that notes app that you did not mention or you got wrong from all of the 6 past papers that you did. Now I just want you to reread those before you sleep. On the morning of the exam, I want you to get a red pen and I want you to underline from that piece of paper or every single key word that's on it, because that's going to trigger your brain to remember exactly where were the marks that you lost. Now this method works because in the exam you can easily copy and paste the mark that you remember. This is because, quite frankly, exam boards are lazy and they can't give you more questions because there's only a certain number of topics that can come up in the exam. Now right before you go into the exam hall, whether that be 10 minutes or even 10 seconds before the exam, I want you to just be reading those words underlined in red pen, because this is going to trigger your brain to remember all of the marks that you lost. If you properly do this, you're going to be able to predict the mark scheme. I promise you that. That's the method. Now I'm going to be moving on to my tips. Firstly, you can't rely on motivation to do this because it is mentally draining. If you want to learn how to be more disciplined, I put a great guide down below. Now you also need to improve your attention span. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale and exhale. Now this is day 1. Tomorrow I want you to take 2 deep breaths. The day after that, 3. Keep on doing that, and sooner or later you'll realize that your attention span has increased. Also, don't get less than 6 hours of sleep during exam week. So revision is when you paint the wall. Sleep is when you let the paint dry. If you don't sleep, the paint or the info is gonna drip right out of your brain and you're not gonna remember a thing. Get preferably 8 hours, but if you're cramming to the point where you don't know what to do, 6 I think is adequate. That's the end of the video. I hope I gave you a bit of value. May God be with you.